I'm not gonna lie, I think Haruka might be the most impressive isekai character, at least as it stands. The fact that there can be harem anime out there, like the 100 girlfriends who really, really love you. A man who is destined to have 100 girlfriends in his harem. You wouldn't think some random isekai guy like Haruka would be able to already surpass him, but he has. We are dealing with an MC whose entire gimmick is that he wants to be alone, but the world refuses to let him be alone. And when you think of how they ended the last episode with an MC disgusted by anyone wanting to use mind control on women to have them bend to their will, only for him to accidentally do that to the gals, that is the funniest thing an isekai could probably do. And the fact that we go from that to him having a couple of dozen, he basically has like 30 women worshipping the ground he walks on, and he wants nothing to do with that shit. This show deserves a much higher rating than what it currently has on my anime list, that's all I'm saying. So I got those full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these Loner Life episodes, it's gonna be over there exclusively. So, I'm liking this one. The first episode was definitely the weakest out of the three, which maybe set people up for maybe not thinking it's gonna be as good as it was. I thought episode 1 was good, mind you, but I was expecting, yeah, pretty okay show that if you skipped out on it, you're not gonna be missing much. 2 and 3 completely changed my tune. Episodes 2 and 3 really show me what type of show this is, and I think it's easy to look at shows like Loner Life in Another World, and then look at the poster and say, does that look like a loner to you? And say, once again, anime be anime, the titles don't even match past the first episode. But, you know, there's a couple of shows now I'm watching this season which has a character want to do the complete opposite of what they're doing. Maybe it's a show where a dude's forced to be guild leader, but, you know, despite saying, I want to quit, the party pats him on the back saying, no you don't, champ. In a show like this, we have an MC who wants to be alone, and class rep pats him on the back and says, you coming into town. It's a stupid idea and show in general. I am not going to debate that, is this show intelligent, or it's like, no, it's a dumb show, but the author knows that. We have an MC who quite literally doesn't care to learn the names of others. He's calling one of them Fish Girl. The disrespect of calling a girl in your class Fish Girl, it speaks for itself. I said it last week, there's a character listed on my anime list called Nudist Girl. I don't even know how that's gonna occur, but you just know he's gonna catch an eyeful there. Despite their initial disgust and distrust that he's just gonna be like the other boys who have been perverts and have quite literally tried to attack them and brainwash them into doing unholy things, they do tag along back to his crib and immediately look at it as like the Marriott Hotel. They're like, you know what? It's perfect. We're just gonna strip down and jump into the tub. Their social survival skills completely went out the window when they saw a warm bath. Now, the thing that's nice about the MC is that he's not like an incel. It's not like he's like, ew, girls, I'm better than them. I don't know. Like, he has sexual attraction to them. He does have those moments. It's just he's a generally socially awkward guy who doesn't know how to... If he had even the slightest amount of riz, a third of them would have been giving him foot rubs, if not more. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's what makes this guy kind of rootable and you want to follow. It's someone who every step of the way is going to complain, I want to be alone. But he's never going to be alone. He's going to have moments of like solitude only to have someone bring him breakfast in bed. Like, is that the worst thing to happen to a character? No. But it's a funny gimmick. If this was a show where the MC unironically was like loving every minute of this, or you know, never really complaining, but then once in a while is like, yep, you know, it sucks, I'm trying to be alone, but here they are feeding me grapes. We have an MC who's saying, hey, I want to be alone. Some of this is kind of provocative, but at the end of the day, I'm really desperately trying to say, hey, you guys are going to town? I'll pack you some mushrooms, good luck. And class rep says, no, you're coming. And he's like, oh, shit, I guess I'm coming. It's funnier that way. I think we're in kind of a newer age. Now, it's not completely common yet, but I do and am noticing a trend where you have those like, okay, I'm so used to seeing these fantasy shows have these overly long title that really are only there for the first episode. So you could randomly say, I can't believe I'm so weak and now I have to travel and save the world. And then they're only weak for like the first 2 episodes, right? You're like, okay, it's really just an intro hook because it's the complete opposite. Loner Life in Another World, it kind of works brilliant because he wants to be a loner. The happiest we truly saw him, outside of kind of thinking of the flustered moments, was when he had a brief moment alone in the tent, and he was rolling around like he was a pig in mud. He was just so happy to be alone. The idea that you have an MC who is going to constantly be just doing the wildest shit with the most mediocre abilities, but combined together create the most overpowered character, is just brilliant. Like, look at the ability they showcase in this episode, the packing abilities. So, this girl ends up fishing by just electrocuting the river. And what he ends up doing is he packs the lightning into a box and then throws it into the water. Not only does it show that he's able to probably pack anything, spells included, by doing that, he ended up gaining lightning ability as well. Even if it's only level 1, like, it kind of shows how busted some of these abilities could be. But if you put yourself in the shoes that most people would only have one of these abilities, only starting the show off with, say, the packing ability, yes, it could be good, but you could easily see how you'd get killed very quickly in the intro unless you found some very good skills or something along the way. The show actually has some pretty fun mechanics, but the core crutch of the show and what you watch for is seeing how Haruka is going to probably build the 1,000 girlfriends who really, really love you, and he's still going to be trying to say, God damn it, get the out of my mansion. Because seriously, like, think of it from their perspective. They've been struggling, they've been hustling, and this boy already has a mansion. They go from looking at the nerds feeling like they are just so good at navigating this world to then Haruka just having a mansion. Like, what are they doing wrong from their point of view? Though I do really appreciate the fact that, you know, there's this moment, so the girl who ends up waking him up the one morning, you know, it's a scene that's a little seductive. I like how after the fact, it's revealed that she had some worry and some, you know, reservation about what type of person he is, given how the other boys have been treating them up to that point, and that she actually appreciated that he was a genuine person. Little moments like those go a long way, so it's not just going to be all mindless robots that are following this dude for no apparent reason. I kind of appreciate what they're doing. This isn't going to be anime of the season, it's not going to be the overall best show of the season, but I definitely think it's better than where I thought it was going, and in all honesty, it's a pretty great show right now that I don't think is going to be something I'm going to forget about a season later. Like, this is a legitimately enjoyable show right now, and if they keep it up, I'll definitely be hoping for a season 2. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode down below. I definitely think episodes 2 and 3 are miles better than the first episode, and I think maybe the first episode gave people the wrong impression, but thoughts down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we have full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got CZC, Bill Canada, Binling Zhang, Austin Henshaw, Nick Howard, DYR, Extrash, and we also have Nuva Gown. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.